Today I'm going to show you a neat little trick using a paperclip. We're going to use this paperclip as a high gain antenna on your HD TV to get over the air HD free programming. Alright, so what is over the air? OTA is broadcast television, and in United States all the broadcast television is digital. So the caveat here is you're going to need a digital TV with a digital tuner. So you need a flat panel of some type with a digital tuner in it. Now, if you have an older TV without a digital tuner, or don't know whether you have a digital tuner or not, if it's been made in the last couple of years, more than likely it does have a digital tuner. If it's older, check your manufacturer, see if there is a digital tuner in it. And if not, what you can do is you can buy a digital tuner on Amazon, and at that point, you can plug it into whatever kind of television that the digital tuner is compatible with. So let me show you one here. Here's one. And if we look at the back of it, you'll see that there's RF in, RF out. Well, we're going to be using the RF in, or antenna in, on the back of your television. So if you already have cable, you're going to have to disconnect your cable to plug this little paperclip in. Okay, so understand the limitations. Number one. Number two, this video is really meant for people who have no TV at all. They don't have cable, they don't have an antenna, and basically are just sitting there looking at a blank screen. So if that's what your situation is, or if you want to just play around, take this paperclip and do what I'm going to tell you to do with it, and see if you get any results with it. Now, over the air means that it's broadcast TV. So if you're in your mom's basement and you're basically underground, more than likely this is not going to work. If you're in a steel building, again, more than likely this is not going to work. Try it, but more than likely it's not going to work unless you're near a window or something, because both those situations block RF signals. So if you're on the ground floor, you'll probably do okay, and if you're on the top floor or second floor, you'll probably do better. Now, another caveat here is the location of your television. All right, so if your TV is mounted to the wall like my 55-inch TV is, and it is mounted using a great big metal bracket, and that metal bracket stands in the way of this little paperclip. Well, metal stops radio signals. So again, it does work on that TV, but I only get 3 channels on that TV. On the other television I have that doesn't have that kind of a bracket, I get 12 channels with this little paperclip. So I'm going to show you how to do that here. So what you need to do is take your paperclip and basically bend it out, right, like so. And you're going to make it almost straight, except for the last loop, okay? And there we go. You see that the clip. Now the last loop, what you're going to do is do a 90-degree angle on it, like that. Okay? And what you're going to end up with is a pretty straight paperclip. You don't have to be super straight, but there's as straight as I'm going to get mine, with a 90-degree bend on the bottom. Okay? So the small part of the L, or the 90-degree bend here, that's going to go into the actual antenna port on your television. Now, that should go into your port quite easily. You shouldn't have to jam it in there. So now I'm going to show you some pictures of what that antenna port should look like. And as you can see here on the screen, it could just say RF in, or antenna in. Mine says ANT in, A-N-T in. So it varies from manufacturer to manufacturer. So next I'll show you those pictures. Okay, here we have our antenna in. This one's what mine looks like at the back of my television. You see that it's got a little hole in the center, and it's threaded on the outside. Now, if you don't see that and you have a cable coming from your cable box or something into your actual TV, that's probably where it is. And you can see on the bottom there it says ANT in. Now yours might say RF in, or antenna in, or something similar to that. So let's take some further looks here at this connector. Well, there it is. As you can see, it's threaded. Do not stick this in anywhere else other than this port, okay? So I've stuck, here is a picture of the actual paperclip. It's installed inside the port. Very basic, just push it in. It should stop by itself when you get to a certain depth. Then You see here that I have it straight up at a 90-degree angle. But you can experiment. You might get a better reception at a different angle than that. You can actually experiment with the shape of the actual antenna or paperclip. Bend it in different ways. Turn it into different angles. And here you see I got it at the 3 o'clock position. Then I got it at the 6 o'clock position, 9 o'clock, and of course the original was at the 12 o'clock position. So up to you. Just make sure you're putting it into the right port, and it should fit in quite easily. If it doesn't fit in easily, don't force it in there. You might hurt or harm the port. It should slide in there snugly, but not super tight, especially with a number 1 paperclip. Now, if you're using a bigger paperclip, something larger, then yeah, you might have some problems with that. So again, avoid forcing it in there. It should slide in quite easily. And if if it's too fat to go in there, find a smaller paperclip, or sand down the tip. But I strongly recommend using a number 1. This one, basically a number 1 paperclip, and there we go. I had no problems with this at all. It went into every television I plugged it into without any issue at all, and it actually worked as well as any paperclip I used. So the number 1 from ACO, excellent little paperclip for this job. So next, after we've got that set up, we got to do what they call audio tuning, channel tuning. We need to find out which channels are available to you in your local area. So let's go to the web page where that happens. So minimize this. And the one I like to use is called Tablo, TLBLO, TV.com, and I'll put a link to this in the video description. And here you just put in your zip code, and then it says street address optional. I wouldn't put the street address in. Zip code is more than good enough. Don't give them any information you don't need to give them. And after you've done that, I'm going to show you what I found with mine. Here are my channel results. Obviously, I live in Temple, Texas, and it gives you the strength and the available channels that are there for you. But that doesn't, like I said, it's a rough guide. Remember, we're using a paperclip as an antenna here, so you might get a better result. You might get a worse result. More than likely, a worse result. I've got about 27 channels here that are available to me. And when I did the scan, I only got 12 or so, at least on this television. On my upstairs television, I got 22 channels. So obviously, being higher up in my building, when I'm upstairs, I get better reception. Or either that or the tuner on the television upstairs is superior to the one downstairs. Could be a bit of both. I'm suspecting more than anything is that it's upstairs. It's not on a wall-mounted metal bracket. It's actually on a TV stand, and it works great. Now, my downstairs little TV, where I'm going to show you this demonstration, it's got a wall-mounted, bracket, but it's a swivel bracket, so you can pull it away from the wall, and then you can turn it in different angles, which helps me to get better signal. So, again, if you have that option, you may have to move it a little bit or bend the antenna, but try everything, right? Bend the antenna, change its location, move the TV, different ways, and see what your channel scan brings you. Basically, the more channels you get, the better reception your antenna is getting. So next, I'm going to show you how to do the channel scan, and again, make sure that you go to this TabloTV.com website and put your zip code in, so that you can know exactly how many channels are available. And again, if you're in a remote area, it might just say, hey, there's nothing available to you. But try it anyway. You never know. You might be able to ghost one in from the top of the mountain from where you live. Who knows? But, it's RF. It's actual TV radio signals coming to you through the air. So, crazy things happen with RF. So give it a shot. See what you get. So next, we're going to get the actual tuner page up, and basically I'll show you what I needed to do with mine. I just go to my menu on my remote, and it has a menu button on it here, right there, and I just go to the menu, and after I hit the menu, I'll show you what I see on the TV. Okay? Again, different remotes have this stuff in different places. So you might have a setup button, a gear button, I don't know, but this one says menu. Okay, so that's my Samsung TV. We'll go from there. As you can see, if you don't have an antenna and you don't have cable plugged into the Coax connector on the back, or antenna connector on the back of your television, this is probably what you're going to see. Weak or no signal. Check the antenna connection and run auto program menu channel. So basically you need to program the channels. So I've got the Paperclip antenna in the back, and because it's never been programmed, well, I reset it, and basically this is what I got. So let's go to the menu. Scroll down to antenna, and yours will probably be on cable. That seems to be the default that I always found these things. But again, you know, wherever your programming is for your antenna, yours might have a satellite picture next to it. It might have a setup. It might just say antenna on it. Who knows? It's different for every TV you come across. But here, when you get to the antenna menu, change this from cable to air if it's not there already. More than likely it won't be. We're searching for over-the-air signal, so we need to be programming the TV in the air mode. So then we'll go down to auto program and hit OK on that, or start. Now you've got three choices: air, cable, and auto. Now if you don't have air or cable, just hit the auto. If you're thinking you're going to get cable over the air with just a little tiny paperclip, well, I doubt it. And what it means is that your cable scan is going to take longer. But if you want to test it, just use auto. I know that it doesn't work for me, so I'm just going to choose air here and click on start, and then it'll start scanning all the channels. Here are the channels I found after the channel scan. And you can see at the top right-hand corner where it tells you the information about them, the channel strength on mine, and 720p is the actual resolution on the first channel. Second channel is the same, 720p with 16:9. So really nice resolution on the first two channels. 480i on the third channel, and 480i is the lowest resolution you're going to get on any of these channels. Digital doesn't go any lower than 480i. This one's 720p, another 720p one here, and I got these blurred out so I don't have any problems with YouTube and copyright issues. There's a 480i, another 480i, and you can see that the resolutions are different here, you know. And here's a nice one, 1080i, so that's 1080 resolution HD, 480i, and the next one is, I believe, 480i as well. Now the last two I got blank screens. They're just black, and if I leave them on long enough, they say mode not supported. So I'm not sure what that is. I may do some further research into that. But regardless, even though it said I got 12 channels, I can only see 10. So welcome to OTA. So, you know, over-the-air broadcasting is, you know, it's cool, but it is radio frequency, and it is susceptible to certain foibles, like you know, time of day. Someday, you know, if you scan at nighttime, you may get more channels than you do during the day. It varies, right? So play with it, experiment with it, and that's my quick video on how to get HD TV using just the paperclip. And really, it's more of a primer on over-the-air television broadcasting or HD broadcasting. It's digital TV here in the United States, but this will work in other parts of the planet where it's not all digital. You'll also get analog as well, which will give you even more channels. So experiment and have fun. I may do further videos on OTA, like comparing antennas and performance and so on, and in the future, depending on what kind of response I get on this video. So here's the final angle and shape and so on that I got on my paperclip antenna. And obviously, by the fact that it's plugged into the antenna port on the back of the TV, you're limited to position, angle, and location in the room, because you can only move your TV so much. And so I said, okay, what's a simple solution to that? Well, you can do this. You can take a coax cable like this one. This is a short one, actually, and it has two ends on it. Both are basically, it's a coax patch cable, and it's got a male side on this side and a male side on that side, and basically it would connect two coax components together. So what you do is take that patch cable, if you have one, and you put this, which is a cable extension adapter, okay? And it looks like that. And what it is a coax connector that has two female inputs on it, like that and like that. And what that allows you to do is plug the coax cable into the back of your TV, and then put this end on the other side, right? Just screw it in, like so. And then, once you've got that hooked up in that arrangement, and the other side into your antenna port, then you put your paperclip right into the back of that. Now you can put that cable anywhere you want. You can change the shape any way you want. You can move it closer to the window, further away from the TV, wherever you'd like. Hide it somewhere if you wish. And you can use a longer cable. This is like a 2-foot cable here, but you could use a 6-foot, no problem. I can't see why there'd be any limit on the length of the cable you use. It's the antenna that matters. So basically, using that adapter, and I'll put a link to all this stuff in the video description, you can actually get a lot more latitude on where your antenna is going to be in what you call it. Well, your paperclip antenna is going to be in relation to your antenna port on the back of your TV. That's it for my video. Thank you very much for watching. Do me a favor, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up here on the bottom right hand corner. And if you want to see further videos from me in the future, click on this link right here to subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again for your time, and thank you for watching.